Hey everyone, good morning. We are live for another Teach Better Conference Speaker Spotlight. For many of you, if you've been following the Teach Better team for quite some time, we are in our last week of kind of wrapping up these incredible speaker spotlight opportunities where we were able to offer to every single speaker in our community coming to the Teach Better Conference, sharing their voice, sharing their insight, an opportunity for you to get to know them here live as we stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn, to hear about their session, learn about them as presenters so that you know who to add to your schedule here coming up at the event October 14th and 15th. If you have not already connected with this speaker, I promise you this will be one to remember. I already know many of you have added her session to your list already, but let's get into this conversation. We'll be right back.
So right now, I want to know if you're ready to teach better.
That's the whole mission of this weekend.
Just being here ready to learn and grow and come together like this is awesome.
What are those small changes that can make you better tomorrow than you were today?
All the amazing speakers we have here, wow.
So we have a ton of people here who are published authors, who are writing about education.
Let's get out there and teach better.
Morning, everyone. We are live featuring Tisha Richmond, and she is an OG of the Teach Better family. She's an author, and she is definitely somebody you need to connect with. Tisha, how you feeling so far this morning?
I'm doing great. It's early. I've got my coffee. I get to talk to you. So it's awesome.
I love it. You're over on the West Coast, so this is bright and early for you. I will say I never get to go live this late in the morning for me because it's 9 o'clock Central. So I'm glad that we're kind of switching up our roles here.
I know. It's great. It's great. No, super excited to be here. Super excited for the conference. Oh my goodness. Just seeing that trailer just got me energized. So it's going to be so fun.
It would not be a conference without you. Tisha, for our family here that may not be connected to you, which sounds so surprising even just saying that because I've been a fan and follower of yours for some time. But if this is their first time learning from you, would you mind sharing a little about yourself?
Sure. I am from Southern Oregon, and I've been in education about 30 years, which is crazy. Most of those years were in family and consumer science as a culinary arts teacher, interior design teacher, and I've been at the district level for 5 years, going on my 5th year now. And currently my role is a student engagement and professional development specialist. And so I support the 20 schools within our district. And I just love getting to get into classrooms and teach students and work with teachers. We're doing dream sessions right now, which is amazing. And then I get to work as a learning consultant for Canva, which I also love. Amazing digital platform. And so, yeah, I'm really loving what I do right now. And I had the honor a few years back to write a book for Dave Burgess Consulting Incorporated called Make Learning Magical. And so I love getting to share my passion for magical learning as well.
Tisha, it must not surprise you at this point anymore that everybody has your book on their bookshelf. Like I see your book pop up all over the place. It is a really, really, really great grab for those of you who are looking for a feel good, but like actionable book that maybe is a good October read is your book. Would you mind telling educators a little bit more about maybe what they can expect?
Yeah, absolutely. It's my manifesto. It's my story. It was back in about 2014 that I was a burnt out, overwhelmed teacher that was ready to leave education, and which I know a lot of people are feeling right now. It's been a really hard couple years. And so my book tells the story of how I went from being burnout, stressed, kind of had lost my joy for teaching, and how that joy was sparked and how I was able to transform my teaching and create unforgettable experiences for students. And so I share my story and hope that it will help spark joy for other educators and help them transfer their teaching and help create unforgettable experiences for all students.
I love it. I think it's a really good book for educators right now. Like you said, there is some similarities in this feeling of burnout, but also your story is so easily relatable. It allows educators to get a little bit of that, boost of inspiration and energy while also taking some steps that they can start to feel great as they continue forward in this field. And shout out to Dave Burgess Consulting. Dave Burgess and Tara Martin are joining us at the event. So we'll all be together again, which is kind of a fun surprise, right?
I can't wait. I am so excited. I just can't wait to see all of you, give all the hugs. It's going to be amazing.
So, Tisha, I know that we have a lot to talk about in this one live because I want to talk about your session and I want to talk about your experience joining the Teach Better family. I first want to start with this session because that's what everybody wants to hear about as they're all trying to pick and choose their schedule over at teachbetterconference.com. You guys can see all the session titles, descriptions, and speakers. Whether you've purchased your ticket or not, it's fully accessible to you. That way, just in case you haven't grabbed your ticket yet, these are the last few weeks to do so. We want to make sure you feel confident in that district purchase, maybe that school purchase, to say, yes, we're going to get what we need out of this experience. Tisha, what are you sharing on at this event?
Yeah, so I am going to be sharing about sketchnoting magic for next level note taking. And this was one of those things that I discovered kind of in my journey to create magic in my classroom. It was something that I had learned about at a conference that I went to. I think it was like ISTE 2015. I don't know. And when I went to that session, I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is so what I need, because I have always been a distracted learner. I have a hard time focusing. I love doodling, all of the things. And so I started sketchnoting myself when I was going to conferences, when I was watching YouTube videos, when I was reading books. And it was making such a difference in my own learning that I was like, okay, this has to come into my classroom. I have to be able to share this with my students. And so I did. I shared sketchnoting with my kids in my classroom, and I would teach them how to do it. And then I would give them the option. Like, this is an option for note taking. You can note take, in ways that make sense to you, but this is another way. And for a majority of my students, they absolutely loved it. It totally resonated with them. And I was finding that not only were students more focused, they were connecting to the learning better. They were able to retain the learning. It was sticky for them, and they were able to recall the information when they needed it. And it was just powerful. And so I love now within my own district to go into classrooms and teach students how to sketchnote. So I've had, just in the last couple of weeks, I went into 2 different classrooms at the middle school and was able to teach sketchnoting to all of their students. And it was so fun. And the kids just immediately took to it. And I've heard so many teachers from past years that I've done this, that it totally changed the game for their students. They maybe really, would complain about taking notes or not want to take notes or not take notes. And all of a sudden, when they learned this new method of note taking, it just clicked for them. And all of a sudden, they actually got excited about taking notes, which is amazing. And so for those of you who don't know what sketchnoting is, it's really combining text and doodles to take notes. And there's not really a wrong or right way to do it. It's a way that you are able to capture your learning in a way that makes sense to you. And so you can structure your sketch notes however you want, whatever visually you're seeing, and you however your mind wants to construct those notes, you can, but you're basically connecting those doodles and the text together. And so in this session, I'm going to share really how I teach students how to do this. And so there's lots of fun doodle games that we're going to play. Of course, I have to gamify things. It's going to be very, very interactive and super fun. And so hopefully those participants who go to my session are going to come away going, oh my goodness, yes, I'm going to go back and I'm going to teach my students how to do this.
I think this is such a wonderful session for an educator to put in their schedule, purely because it's going to be something actionable that you can bring back to your students right away, no matter what grade level you teach, K-12 or even higher ed. But on the flip side, Tisha, I just have a feeling that educators are going to get some fun and joy during this session, right? I mean, being able to learn about this topic is going to have giggles. There's going to be creativity. You're going to be brainstorming, some great discussion. There might be some great questions to consider to get your mind thinking. I think that this is going to be a session that is going to break up maybe some of those more challenging concepts that are more challenging for us to wrap our mind around. This is something I think everyone's going to have a really good time doing and be able to bring back to their classroom within the week.
Absolutely. And there might be dice involved. I'm just going to throw that out there too. So
but never a bad thing. Never a bad thing. Tisha, why was this a session that you wanted to bring to the Teach Better conference? Obviously, you're an educator that I've been following for quite some time. You're all over the place, not only sharing your voice and your insight, but also learning alongside educators. You're at conferences, multiple conferences a year, and you really love networking, connecting. Why was Teach Better an event that you put on your calendar this year?
Oh my goodness. Well, I have wanted to go. This is going to be my first Teach Better conference. Last time that it happened, I'm like, oh, I had so much FOMO. I'm like, I so want to be there. Just my people are there. Educators that I just highly respect and admire. And, part of my journey is about being a connected educator and growing my professional learning network. And I feel like my network is going to be there. I know that they are because I see the lineup. I see all the people that are going and sharing about it. And that has made all the difference for me as an educator to be connected to teachers and just educators in general that challenge, inspire, uplift, encourage, and that are just sharing best practices in education. And I want to be a part of that. I don't want to miss out on anything. And so I'm just jazzed. I cannot wait.
I'm so glad that you're making it work in your calendar, because I know you live a very busy life. I know you're all the way on the West Coast. You have to come all the way to the Midwest, all the way to Ohio for this event. But I have to say, it just will not be the same event without you. I've been such a fan of the work that you're doing for so long. You're so connected to so many educators that have supported me and helped shape me in my understanding of so many different educational concepts. I cannot wait for everybody to be together in one room. The photos, the social media, I cannot wait to see popping up like crazy. It'll hopefully be a good, memorable moment, but also a great boost for October, because we all know October in schools, gets a little dicey. It's good to have that extra refresh that kind of grounds you and gives your spark back as you persevere through the semester. I think it'll be a great time.
Oh my goodness, no doubt. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm counting down the days. So
fun.
It's going to be awesome.
For everyone here, we would love to make sure that you grab your ticket. Please do not pay full price. Everything is so expensive these days. We'd love to make this as cheap as a experience as possible for you financially to get to the event. So if you haven't bought your ticket, if you've been waiting for some reason, maybe you're waiting on your principal to finally give you the go ahead to book everything, we absolutely understand, but we want to make sure we get this to you before we sell out, before we close registration, so we can plan an incredible event for this intimate group. We do want to make sure that if you need a discount code, Tisha has one. All of our featured speakers have discount codes to get some dollars off of registration if there's anything we can do to help. We also have that principal letter that's available at teachbetterconference.com that is literally like a template to fill in to hand to your principal to get that permission to get a sub, get time away, and come to this event. So lots to celebrate. Tisha, how can our group here follow you, connect with you prior to the event?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am on Twitter at Tish Rich, on Instagram at Tish Richmond. You can check out my website, tisharrichmond.com. I've got some podcasts out there on Make Learning Magical and all the podcast networks. And yeah, reach out. Love to connect. Love to just connect with amazing educators, because we're all better together.
And I have a feeling your book will be somewhere around for people to grab. Is that true? I mean, between the Teach Better bookstore, DBC is going to be there with their own books. I feel like there'll be options galore to find it. Is that true?
Absolutely. My book will be there. I'd be happy to sign it. And I'm just super excited to meet you if I haven't met you before. If I have met you before, I hope you're okay if I give you a big hug. And if you're not, that's fine too. But
we'll find a way.
I'm so excited.
We'll find a way safely for everyone's comfort level to just exude the energy, excitement, and love. It's going to be so good. Friends, head over to teachbetterconference.com for all the details. I am in the midst of finalizing my outfit. That was the big topic this weekend, is trying to figure out what I'm going to wear. Tisha, any ideas what you're wearing?
Oh my gosh. No. And that's definitely on my list, but no, I'm not there yet.
No, I think the way I'm thinking of it is, what's my favorite teacher outfit? I've got a plan of everything from a dress to jeans. I got to figure it all out. So if anybody knows their outfits, feel free to DM me. Give me some ideas as we're finalizing our plan here.
Yeah. Is it sweater weather in Ohio at that time? What are we talking?
Okay, don't ask me hard questions because it's like gorgeous out right now in the low 60s. I'm in Chicago, so I feel like my weather's similar to Ohio. But
Yeah.
the Midwest, it might be 80, it could be 40. Who knows? Last
Yeah.
year, or I say last year, so in 2019, it was so warm one day that I was in a t-shirt, and then the day before it was snowing, and people at the conference, there were a few of them that had never seen snow before. So I have a video of everybody walking outside like, wow, catching snowflakes on their tongue. So who knows? It's Ohio.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, layering, that's kind of it seems like the trick every time I travel. I just layer. So
Layer. Come as you are, come in your favorite comfy outfit, and we can't wait to see you October 14th and 15th. We'll see you later, friends.
So right now, I want to know if you're ready to teach better.
That's the whole mission of this weekend.
Just being here ready to learn and grow and come together like this is awesome.
What are those small changes that can make you better tomorrow than you were today?
All the amazing speakers we have here, wow.
So we have a ton of people here who are published authors, who are writing about education.
Let's get out there and teach better.
We are trying to end our video, but it just won't end, Tisha. So we're just gonna wait for this spinning wheel here. I don't know what to do. We could keep talking.
That's okay.
Of course.
We can talk. I just have to say that trailer is legit.